Good evening, everybody. It's Lynn, the leather bag lady. How are you all today? Have you missed me? I haven't spoken to you in a couple of days because I have been in the falls. If you watched my video on Monday, I shared with you that I was going to the falls to kind of recapture some of the things I used to do prior to meeting my now husband. But we'll talk about that after today's piece. Oh my goodness me. This piece I picked up last week, I do believe, or the week before. I've stopped kind of looking at business bags, that kind of thing. I just don't have the storage for any more. As I'm about to have a hot flash, did I put my fan in my bag? Yes, I did. Oh, they're driving me nuts. But as I said, I've kind of stopped looking at the business section, the stationery section at the thrift store. I don't have room. I really don't. That being said, my daytimers, my Franklin Quest, my daytimer brand, they do sell quite well, actually. This is absolutely gorgeous, but I'm just going to let this hot flash because my glasses will fog up. Oh my goodness me. Why is it when I start talking to you folks, I get a hot flash? What the heck is going on? Anyway, okay, so it's not quite so crazy right now. So, check this baby out. Is this not absolutely stunning? So it is a crest of some sort, a shield, two lions. I actually thought it was British initially, which I was all over because I am British. But it says down here, Manufacturers Benitez, right? I don't know if you can see it. I've tried to get a picture of it in the listing. I've Googled it. I don't know any Spanish, so it is obviously from a Latin country of some sort. Look at how beautiful this is. So you have a lined pocket here. This is all raw leather, two slip pockets, and then you flip it over. You have a lined pocket here and a raw leather slip pocket here. How gorgeous is this thing? I do not think this has even been used. It is absolutely stunning. Now, there is a couple of little scuffs on the edging right there. I can take care of that. I have one of my Clyde's color creams is pretty well this exact color. So I can take care of that. But this is, now, I don't think this is hand tooled or anything like that. I've dated it the 60s. Just the colors and the zipper just is very similar to ones that I have like this. So it does have a little bit, like you can get some stuff in here. But can you imagine sitting down to your daily meeting or your whatever and you pull this out of your briefcase? I mean, can you imagine? Just amazing. I am such a sucker for stationery. I've shared with you many, many times. I've always wanted to keep a journal. I absolutely love the culture of the, I don't know what they call them, travel journals or whatever. I went down a deep, dark hole 3 or 4 years ago watching these people creating stickers and just amazing, like daytimers that are so personalized and so intricate. I do not have the patience or the desire. I do have the desire. I just don't have the patience. That is kind of where my, let me see. I think I've showed you these before. I started making these leather bound, journals. And I thought about selling them, but I don't know. I took them to a couple of shows with me, and they're just leather bound. I've got a lot of them. So I just love it. I love the creativity. I love all the little blingy stickers and charms and bookmarks that hang over the edge. Ooh, I could do tassel bookmarks, couldn't I? I'm really starting to think about transitioning a little bit, because it's kind of come to me that I just don't have the room anymore for the stock that I need to carry to be able to list on Etsy every day, to be able to do my 2 shop at the sheds, which are now going to be 3 shop at the sheds very soon, plus my in-person shows. I will tell you, I did a show on Tuesday at River Road Retirement in Niagara Falls. Had a great day. Met with my girlfriend Jan. I haven't seen her in forever. She's one of the administrators there. Had a great day. Met a lovely little Scottish lady named Jean. She wanted my phone number so we can text each other. I don't know how old she was, in her 80s somewhere. So I gave her my number. She's from Airdrie, which is kind of between Edinburgh and Glasgow. And I had a great time. Pius joined me Tuesday night and we just hung out. I was there to work, so it really wasn't, I was supposed to go by myself. And I was like, let's kind of gently transition my new husband into realizing that there's some of my old routines that I still want to hang on to. And going to the falls every now and again for a couple of days to get some work done is one of them. So I thought, well, why don't you come for one of the days? So he came Tuesday evening. He was already in the parking lot at the hotel when I got back from my show on the Tuesday. We got settled in. I hadn't even booked in yet, nothing. We got settled in and then off we went. We went and did some thrifting at Value Village. Didn't really get much stuff. The prices are insane. And then we went for dinner. And then we came back, went and got a bottle of wine, just not sitting well with me at all. And we had Pius thought the bed was god awful. I didn't think it was great, but I didn't think it was as bad as he thought it was. So up I get on Wednesday morning, I get, everything's in the car already. I arrive at my show. I've got my 2 bags of stuffing. I've got my racks under my arm, because I took some of my clothing and some of my vintage belts. And I walk in and I'm like, hi, I'm your vendor today. And there was 3 people in the office, 1 lady, 2 gentlemen, and they're just looking at me like a deer in the headlights. And I was like, I booked with, I can't remember her name. And they're like, well, when did she book you? I said, well, she actually called me. And they're like, really? She said, we have 2 vendors here already today. And I looked out into the lobby area where I usually am, and there are 2 ladies. And I was like, said, do you want me to rebook? And they're like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm not interested in being a 3rd vendor, not even a 2nd vendor. When people have money to spend and you ask them to make a decision on where to spend it, no, it's not kind of my thing. So I had a great laugh with these people. I really did. And we rebooked. I called Pius, who was on his way to the Harley shop because he has a part that he wants for his bike. I called him and I said, because he was supposed to go for breakfast. The hotel had bagels and yogurt and stuff. That is not enough for my man. So he's like, I'm going to go to McDonald's and I'll have what is it he likes? The maple, I don't know. Anyway, I don't eat breakfast. So I called him thinking he was still in the McDonald's right next to the hotel. And he's like, oh, I'm just pulling into the parking lot at Claire's Harley. I'm like, my show's been canceled. He's like, no way. What happened? So I told him, he goes, do you want me to come back and get you? I'm like, you don't need to do that. He's like, yeah, I'll come back and get you. So he came back, picked me up. I had a parcel to mail out, so I brought that with me. I had a bag of donations for Value Village, so I brought that with me. It is pissing from the heavens. The rain was crazy the 2 days we were there. So off we go. We go to Harley. Had a nice kind of wander around there, found out that the part he wants for his bike is actually dangerous. He wants to lower his bike again. Just, my husband is not a tall man and has a longer body than legs. So this 1,200-pound bike that he rides, he thought it was 1,000 pounds. He was corrected. It's 1,200 pounds. There, and especially with the shoulder and all that stuff, he just needs an extra inch or inch and a half. I'm not complaining, but you know, sorry, I had to. I haven't done an inch joke in forever. So we get rid of that, and then we are off to Welland to go to Value Village and to go to a couple of the facilities that I used to sell my purses at to see if they are open to rebooking and whatnot. We had a great day. We went to the Value Village, got a couple of things, not too many. Like I said, the prices are insane. You are basically going to Value Village now, hoping that somebody missed something. I am lucky. I have enough stock that it's not life or death for me. But if things started to go crazy, like if I started selling out my shop at the sheds, and I would be in trouble because I can't replace this stuff at the rate and at the pricing that I got it in the first place. And so we did all that. I booked 2 shows, tentatively 3, got a bunch of phone numbers because there are brand new retirement homes, massive retirement homes where there weren't before, because I haven't been in these neighborhoods since before COVID. So these huge big facilities are asking, $50 vendor fees, and I'm not paying vendor fees. I don't want to be under that kind of pressure. So this is just kind of building a bit more foundation for making a bit of a change, which I'll talk about in a moment or two. So Pius ended up staying an extra day. Some stuff went down at work, so he ended up getting an extra day off. So he stayed last night too. So my plan to get all this work done didn't happen, but I really didn't care because I got more shows booked by visiting in person, which was wonderful because it actually proved to me that visiting in person is worth doing, and visiting in person just after lunch hour, because those activity directors are going to be in their offices, and those are the people that book the shows, and they are busy. I mean, they're rec therapists. I'm a rec therapist. I held down a job in that situation for 4 or 5 years. I know what it's about. It is a busy job. So you don't get a lot of seat time in your office. So catching them there to be able to say, I've got my book with me. Can I book a show? So I'm pretty well booked up for all of May and starting into June now. So it was wonderful. It was great. I had Pius with me both nights. It was wonderful. We went to the casino last night and won $500 or close to $500. I won. I think Pius won about $100. You know what? I am not a gambler. I can't stand it. I work way too hard for my money to feed it into a machine, but Pius likes to go. So I go and I'll spend $20, maybe 40. If I win 40, I take it out and I give him his money back. But yesterday I walked in that place, pissing a rain. We walked across the street, across the parking lot, and I said to him, thank God I'm not a princess because, I can't get my hair wet, can't get my face wet, whatever. I don't give a shit. So I walk in there and I just felt it. I just felt like I was gonna win something. I think the most I've ever won is like $75, $80 in my life. And this machine is going ding, 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 and it's saying you've won however many tokens. It didn't give me a dollar amount. And I'm sitting there. Pius is on another machine, and he keeps looking over at me because I'm not hitting the button. And he's like, what is going on? I said, I don't know what this machine's doing. It said I won, but I don't know what I won. So he came over, and the whole screen was 7s. He goes, oh, you won something really good. But again, it said you've won like 700 tokens or whatever it was. So he tried to do the calculation. His calculation, it was like $1,400. I was losing my mind. But then he cashed me out and it was $361. And I had put, at that point, I think I had put $40 in, or maybe just the 20. I can't remember. So it was so exciting. And then I was like, no, I'm going to keep going, which I never do. So I won another $87 or whatever. And then Pius won a little bit. So I said, that pays for our hotel before we go to Dominican in 2 weeks. That pays for the taxi from the airport, because apparently if we don't get a private taxi, it could take us up to 3 hours to get to our resort. So I said, that'll pay for all that. Initially, I was like, oh, that's going to go into the park fees for next year. And then I was like, no, we both need to get the benefit out of that. So it was so much fun. And then this morning, we got up, Pius went home, and I went to Fort Erie to visit a couple of the facilities that I've not been to since, I think it was 2018, or maybe very early 2019. I never really made a lot of money in Fort Erie, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to go to the farthest facilities and work my way back. I wanted to visit with my mom, so I only went to the 2. And that was the last couple of days. We fit a month's worth of stuff into a day, 2, 3 days, Pius and I. It is absolutely incredible. He doesn't care. He picks bags. He picks belts. He's wonderful. Like, he just thinks, I don't know, it doesn't bother him at all. I mean, thrifting kind of gives us something to do. And then if we kind of get waylaid on the way to go someplace else or whatever, then we do. Like the casino. It's like, I don't really like going to the casino, but I do, because I mean, Pius comes to every thrift store that I can think of. And actually, we didn't go to, I think it's the Goodwill. We didn't do the Goodwill. I actually forgot all about that one. But anyway, we did well nonetheless. And I had been doing some thrifting the days before, because as you know, if you follow me, I did no thrifting during Lent. So what was that? 40 days, no thrifting. It was tough. And now it's like, oh, a couple of $100 later, I need to like slow my roll, because, you know, it adds up really, really fast. And as I was saying, the prices are ridiculous. They absolutely are. So I've shared this with you a few times in the past. My desire to maybe come out with a line of straps, a line of tassels, and making them bespoke, which is a very British word for custom made, to particular bags. I mean, for example, look at this lovely vintage coach. Now this baby's got some blemishes and whatnot, but this leather, this color is amazing. So does it have a hang tag? No, it doesn't. So I would dig into my archive and pick a hang tag, and then I would redesign that hang tag to include the coach hang tag, but to give it, I mean, this to me is kind of very Western. It's very equestrian with this colorway, and I would just jazz it up with a hang tag. Now, I would sell the bag with the hang tag, I guess, or I would maybe do 2 prices. This is the price with the bag, and this is the price with the bag and the hang tag. I'm not sure, but it's getting to the point now where I still want to pick my bags up, but I want to maybe pick the bags up that are hang tag friendly, like your Fossils, your Coaches, Roots, like anything that has a hang tag that I can rejig, I can rework, I can upcycle, to just give it a completely different vibe. I'm not sure. And then the straps, you know, like if you wanted, I mean, this is got a fixed end and this end comes off. So this maybe wouldn't be a great candidate, but there are bags that, you know, the straps will come off. And if you wanted something that was just shoulder and thicker, I've got a million belts that I could work into straps and bedazzle them and do all kinds of stuff with them. it's just it's getting to the point where the shipping's getting too expensive. The bags themselves are getting too expensive. There's too many people doing this. And I mean, I've been doing this as a hobby for about 10 years. 10 years in January. So I'm in my 11th year now. And I mean, I've always had a little part-time job or something. And I mean, the online thing has been wonderful. It's kind of slowed down a little bit, which is fine. And shop at the shed tomorrow. So I'm in the shed right now. Pius is busy with something in the house. So I thought, well, I'll do my listing and I'll get the bags picked for tomorrow. And it's just, I don't know. I need to downsize a little bit. I've got too many bags as I bring in probably another 15 to 20 over the weekend or over the last 2 days. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out my ass. Who knows? It feels like I need to specialize a little bit. There's too many people just reselling bags. And unfortunately, the bags that I am able to find here in Southern Ontario, I mean, there's some beautiful bags. I've started going to Plato's Closet. I went to Plato's Closet yesterday in St. Catharines and I purchased a brand new with tags Patricia Nash. Not really my zhuzh. It's kind of gray snake print. I think it was a shopping channel bag. So it was like 75, 80 bucks. I paid up more than I would normally pay, but it's brand new with tags. I found a Roots bag in the Burlington Plato's Closet for 18 bucks. I found a gorgeous Derek Alexander in the Burlington Plato's Closet for $10, and it is beautiful. Clean, 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 as opposed to a lot of the Value Village bags, which need a lot of work. And I'm finding that I've been buying these bags and I've just been kind of cleaning them and putting them away, but not doing the paint and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pulling bags out and it's like, ooh, that one needs a little bit of work and that one needs a little bit of work. So it's getting, I don't know. It's just the writing is on the wall a little bit. You know, when it happens, I do not know. Shipping increase is coming soon, folks. I've said this a few times. If there's something in your cart on Etsy and you're, on the fence about it, starting in May, there's going to be shipping. Now in Canada, it's free shipping. That is not going to be the case. I'm still not going to make you pay the whole shipping because it's just nuts. My US customers, I've got a $5 kind of token shipping fee. I build $20 into all my prices for shipping. So for example, yesterday I had a young lady in BC buy one of my 80s bags as a wedding bag. It is absolutely gorgeous. But it was with tax, so I think it was a $52 bag. So you take that $52, it's going to BC, and it's going to probably cost me $20 to ship. So now we're down to $32 plus the price of the bag. So let's be generous and say it was an $8 bag. So now we're down to what? $24. And now we've got Etsy fees and, my materials to ship. And so I may make $14, $15 out of a $52 bag. It's just starting to get, I don't want to say a lot of work for nothing because I love doing this and I probably would be doing this anyway. But I got to be smart, I got to be, Pius and I've got plans. We've got things we want to do in the future. And, I need to be a little bit more realistic with some certain things. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to still chat with you guys. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to be picking up bags at all. I will always be picking up bags. It may just be that the focus shifts a little more to, a little bit more custom restyling of bags so that, an ordinary bag that everybody's carrying all of a sudden becomes, holy moly, where'd you get that? So that's just kind of where my head is going. And it's been brewing for a good year or so. And eventually I'll pull the trigger on it, but I'm not good at making decisions these days. I'm really not. So that is about it for today. Like I said, Pius is busy doing some stuff on the computer in the house, so I thought I'll get out of his hair. I'm just about to pick the bags for Shop at the Shed tomorrow, and I hope you're all having a great night. So hope you didn't miss me too much. Take care, everybody, and I will talk to you tomorrow.